All right, what's up, everyone? Yeah, welcome back to my channel. It's not the training vlog because I'm not training right now. Uh, you guys, I don't know if you've really been keeping up with me, but if you have noticed, I haven't posted a video in a couple weeks. Um, I sustained an injury. I ruptured my A2 pulley in my right hand when I was trying to film a training session. So actually, I got video of my finger popping. It's pretty gross, and I'm going to give you a trigger warning right now, but here's the video. Oh, no! That was bad. Did you hear that? The pop? Yeah, that happened on November 4th, so as of filming today, a little over a week and a half ago. Um, I've actually made quite a fast recovery. As of Monday, or not as of Monday, but Monday, I woke up and my fingers started feeling better. And then it's gotten better and better until my follow-up doctor's appointment with a hand surgeon on Thursday, or yesterday for me. Um, I talked to the doctor, they tested it out, they looked at it, and they said I'm all clear to climb again, so training sessions should start again next week. It'll be a much lower intensity. We're going to ease our way back into climbing, and I'm going to stop being stupid with my training. You guys may be looking at me and wonder, why, Channing? Why did you rupture your pulley? I believe it can be broken down into a couple of really simple things. I had a couple of really, really good weeks of climbing where I was climbing very strong and I was feeling good all the time. And I was just able to pull really, really hard. I was doing some new PRs where I was getting one arm hangs with plus 10 pounds on an 18 mil edge, which is quite good for me, quite good indeed. And I was able to maintain pretty good shoulder position on those too. Uh, where I went wrong is just basically not resting enough and not listening to my body. The training session before the injury, my finger was feeling tweaky, but I was pushing through it. I was just convinced that it was inflammation in my fingers, which happens sometimes. Also, not a good sign. If your fingers are inflamed, probably means pump the brakes, something I've learned. And then I ignored it, and then I climbed, and I felt a tiny little pop, and it scared me, so I stopped climbing, took the whole weekend off, came back into train on Monday, November 4th, and I was feeling good warming up. I was feeling strong. I felt okay. Wasn't feeling like I could potentially get injured. Hopped on the kilter board, my next mistake, and yeah, that's when everything went wrong. I felt a pop, and not only did I feel pop, but immediately afterwards, my finger felt different, which is much more concerning than your finger just feeling painful. I will say, my goodness, that was probably one of the scarier moments of my climbing career, and definitely an all-time low. I was very upset about it, very, very upset. And yeah, it freaked me out. So yeah, I took a couple weeks off from filming and talking to you guys because I just needed some time to myself to process everything. And I'm feeling much better now that I can start climbing again, and now that my finger's recovered like it has. Very, very fast, by the way. I got confirmation that it was in fact a pulley rupture, but after a week and a half, it was already feeling, pretty decent. It wasn't feeling like 100%. Like I don't know if you guys can see this, but I don't have full range of motion yet. Uh, but the pain has significantly decreased. The stiffness has decreased, and I have pretty much mostly full range of motion. Before, I could bend my finger like this instead of going all the way like that. You know what I mean? That was as far as I could go. But yeah, we're back. I, if you're wondering, the degree of the injury is for sure a partial rupture. It wasn't anything more serious than that. If it was a full rupture, I'd be out for 3 months minimum. You know what I mean? Maybe even longer. So yeah, that was a scary time for me. When you are climbing and you feel a pop, and then you look down, and the anatomy of your finger feels like it's changed, it's probably a pretty good sign that you've injured yourself. I'm just very lucky to have made it through as quickly as I did. And hopefully when I get back into climbing, it won't be too much longer before I'm climbing, climbing hard again. Yeah. Well, yeah, next week, get back into training, gonna start off on some easy stuff, nothing more than like V5, I speculate. Uh, it could be harder depending on how I feel. I think I'll be really nervous to climb again. I don't want to injure myself and make it worse, but we will see how it goes. Uh, yeah. All right. Well, that is it for me breaking down my injury. I think the next part of the video will have a little bit of fun because I was sitting here trying to do homework, and the new V17 video Shaolin by Sean Bailey came out. So obviously I stopped everything to watch it. And while I was watching it, I got this really cool idea that maybe I could do a tier list of all of the known and established V17s. Yeah. Well, we'll do the regular tier list thing. Yeah. All right, here's the criteria for my ranking of the hardest boulders in the world. It's very flawed and doesn't make a lot of sense, but works, I guess. I'm going to be ranking it based off of aesthetics, quality, and sickness. Aesthetics meaning just like, does the boulder look cool? Aesthetics doesn't mean a ton, but it means a little bit. Like if a boulder is very aesthetically pleasing, it's going to draw in more people. The quality of the climb, how well does it flow? The quality of the rock itself. Is it a choss pile that will break if you climb it? That kind of thing. And then the sickness. How sick are the moves? How cool does it make you look when you climb it? All right. What I'll do is I'll just start down the list of proposed V17s. I think I'll do them in order of when they were proposed. I think this is the order. I think I could get a few of them wrong. I'm not sure, but might as well try, I guess. Okay, the first ever proposed V17, Burden of Dreams, by Nale Hakataible himself. I hope I pronounced your name right. I'm sorry if I didn't. For aesthetics, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10. I think it looks really aesthetic, and I like the board style kind of climbing. Also, all these opinions are very subjective, just based on how I see them. I like board style climbing, and I like how it looks. So I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 for that. I'm aware that there's other things that are more aesthetic, but I like it, so who cares? And if you guys disagree, also feel free to tell me in the comments. You can tell me that I'm an idiot and don't know how to rank things. It's fine by me. You're right. The quality of Burden of Dreams, I think I'd also give it, I might bump that down a little bit lower, actually, because several footholds have broken. I think I'm going to give that a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Yeah, because several footholds have broken over the years. And in sickness, I'm going to give that a 10 out of 10. Yeah, because nothing makes you look sicker than doing Burden of Dreams, especially like the reputation the Boulder has, if you know what I mean. It being like pretty much the hardest of the hard in the entire world. Yeah, because of all those reasons, I'm gonna put that right there in S tier. There you go. Also, sometimes the rankings won't make sense. I'm just gonna put them in whatever tier I feel like I want to put them in. I don't know. Okay, second ever proposed V17, Return of the Sleepwalker, FA by Daniel Woods. Aesthetics of this boulder, I'm going to say 10 out of 10. I don't think there's a single boulder out there in the V17 range that is more aesthetic than Return of the Sleepwalker. Boulder is beautiful, absolutely beautiful. And like accessing it, from what I've heard at least, very accessible. All very good pluses. Quality of the climb, I'm going to say 8 out of 10. Maybe a bit higher, maybe a bit lower. Who knows? I've never climbed it before. I've never climbed any of these, actually. I've never even touched them. So my opinion is pretty much useless. Yeah, but anyways, in terms of quality, I'm going to give it an 8 out of 10 because it looks really sick. Only bumping it down a couple points because it's Morpho. If you're really tall, it's going to be really easy. Just ask Xander Waller, who downgraded it to low-end V15 after skipping V14. Style or sickness, I'm going to also give it an 8 out of 10. It's got that like reputation around it of being one of the hardest of the hard. Nate Williams has projected it for like 100 days or something. It's just like right up there. It's also crazy that whenever Will Bosey got the the second ascent of it. He he didn't downgrade it, but he was like, yeah, it's bottom end V17, which I think is absolutely hilarious. Yeah, dude is on another level. Anyways, yeah, I'm gonna put Return of the Sleepwalker also in S tier, mostly just because of how it looks. It looks really, really sick. All right. The third ever proposed V17. Please be nice to me if I'm butchering this. I forgot to look up how it's pronounced. Sudan Sol, I think that's how it's pronounced. Yeah, I'm sure. I think so. That is the third ever proposed V17. My opinion on this is going to be very subjective, how I'll put it. Not a fan of huge compression-y boulders. I'm aware that it's cool. I'm aware that it looks really cool. Just not a fan. Compression slopers, boo. Anyways, because of this, I'm gonna try to grade it objectively as I can, but also it's how objective can I make it? You know what I mean? Aesthetics, 8 out of 10. I think the boulder looks beautiful. Looks very cool. Quality, I'm gonna give that like a 6 or a 7 out of 10. Again, I'm not a big fan of compression, but I'm aware that some people like it and some people think it's cool. And sickness, 5 or a 6 out of 10. Yeah, that's how I think I'll grade it. Because of this, I think I'm gonna put Sudan Soul right in C tier, maybe like lower in B tier, top in C tier. Yeah, I think that works. All right, the fourth ever proposed. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention Sudan Soul. It was proposed by Simone Lorenzi. There's a lot of controversy over the grade of it. It's got one ascent saying V17, one ascent saying V16, V17, and if I'm correct, I think there's a third ascent of it calling it V17. I'm not sure. There might only be 2 ascents. This is all in my brain. I could have just hallucinated that. Also very real. All right, the next ever proposed V17, Alphane. We all know it. Everyone thinks it's soft for some reason. I don't think so, but some people do. FA by Sean Rabitou, and many ascents since then. I think there's been 3 subsequent ascents. I could be 4 subsequent. No, 5 actually. Wow, I think so at least. Something like that. 4 or 5 subsequent ascents after Sean. It's quite a lot of ascents. I get why people seem to think that it could be soft, but I don't think so. I think when people say that, they just don't quite understand that it's very accessible and it's a really high quality line. I'm just gonna trust them. They've been climbing at that grade for however long. It looks like it could be V17 to me, but also what do I know? I've never touched the rock, and I think it's silly to downgrade something when you've never touched it before. Anyways, I'll get into the ranking. Aesthetics, I'm gonna give it like 5 or 6 out of 10. Honestly, I kind of just think it looks like a big boulder. I like how tall it is. I think that's cool. It's like a king line. But other than that, it doesn't look like super aesthetic to me. I don't know. It just doesn't do it for me, I guess. Quality, from what I've heard, there's no V17 with a better rock quality / quality of movement. So 10 out of 10 for that one. And then sickness, 6 out of 10. I think I'm gonna. It's like 6 or a 7 out of 10 in terms of sickness. Bumping it up slightly because there's just new beta for shorter people where you just kind of dead point on it, and I think that looks sick. But other than that, it just kind of was like, just like very regular climbing, but hard, if you know what I mean. Because of this, I'm gonna put Alphane in B tier. I'm gonna put it in B tier, solid B tier. Yeah. Megatron. Now we're talking. Breakdown of it, V14 into V15, which could make it either solid or hard V17 from my understanding of the grades. Could still be soft. Depends on what Will Bosey thinks, I guess, when he gets the second ascent. FA is by Sean Rabitou. In terms of aesthetics, I think it looks very aesthetic. I'm gonna say 7 or 8 out of 10. I think it looks cool, and I like the movement. Speaking of movement quality, I'm gonna give it a 8 out of 10 as well. Very solid across the board. I think it looks really cool. And then sickness, 9 out of 10. I think it's a very sick looking boulder. And for this reason, I'm gonna put it right in A tier. Very sick. All right. And I think it's one of the cooler V17s out there. Just my opinion. Anyways, let's see. I think after Megatron, Les Ombres du Voyageur. I'm not French, guys. Don't bully me. FA by Charles Albert, aka Barefoot Charles. Um, yeah, it's honestly, it kind of looks dumpy, in my opinion. In terms of aesthetics, I'm gonna give it a 3 or 4 out of 10. I hate crack. I hate roof. Or I love roofs. That's why it gets bumped up a little bit. But I hate crack climbing, especially like finger crack. It just looks disgusting. I don't know. Looks painful, gross. Quality, I don't know. It looks kind of chossy, yeah. And there's a lot of like campusing on your fingers, which I mean is sick. Don't get me wrong, but it's also like gross. So quality, I'm gonna also give it a 3 or 4 out of 10. But sickness, for all these reasons, I'm gonna bump it up to 5 or 6 out of 10. But yeah, no offense, Charles. I'm sure it is really hard. Without shoes, maybe it is V18. Who knows? But in my opinion, in terms of quality, I'm gonna bump it down to F tier. It's the worst of the worst. I don't see a reason why anyone would go out there and try it. But if you like crack, maybe go try it. Also, don't bully me too hard. These are just my opinions. Anyways, after that is Spots of Time, FA by Aiden Roberts. Very, very cool looking boulder. It's not the most like aesthetic, not the most high quality boulder. It's hard, you know what I mean? And yeah, looks cool. Uh, Aesthetics, I'm gonna give Spots of Time a 7 out of 10. I think that's pretty fair. It looks pretty cool. I like the aesthetic around it. The actual rock itself is like, it's okay. Quality, I'm gonna give it a 5 or 6 out of 10. It looks like it could break at any moment. That's just my opinion. Will or Aiden, I don't think either of them have broken a piece off of it yet, but to me it looks kind of chossy. And then sickness, I'm gonna give it like a 9 out of 10. I think that one is pretty sick, actually. Yeah, I like the movement on it. And for all of these reasons, I'm gonna put it in B tier. Yeah, I think Spots of Time is solid B tier. Um, Also, no offense to any of the first ascensionists. I'm sure you guys won't see this video because why would you? But if you do, I really respect it, and I love all the climbing, and I hope you guys keep pushing more and more hard things. I'm sure it's hard to find something that's hard and make it and also like looks cool at the same time. But yeah, you guys are doing great. Anyways, Arrival of the Birds is next. Yeah, this one is gonna have a couple of like mixed opinions on it. In terms of aesthetic, it just looks like a wall. You know what I mean? It's kind of looks cool, kind of doesn't. Just looks like a regular 30-degree overhanging wall. Uh, I'm gonna give that a 4 out of 10 for that reason. And quality, I'm also gonna give it a 4 out of 10, just because like it looks like it would hurt. It looks like it would hurt a lot actually. And I think if I tried to climb it, it would rupture all of my tendons. I'm not a V17 climber, by the way. Yeah, it just looks. Yeah, that's basically my opinion. It just looks like regular old climbing, but in terms of sickness, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10 because, yeah, I truly think that could be like V17 plus. It looks insanely hard, and I don't think that there's a lot of people alive that could do it. I think Aiden Roberts is the perfect person to do it because he's very good at like static crimping on the worst crimps you can possibly think of. And I think for that reason, I'm going to put it on. I'm going to bump up the sickness to 9 out of 10. I think it's sick. Arrival of the Birds, I'm going to say solid C tier, actually. All right. And the moment you guys have all been waiting for, Shaolin, FA, Sean Bailey. FA, I don't know. I think it was first ascended earlier this year. I remember hearing on the Careless Talk podcast that he had done something, and it's been like in the works for a long time. So I think he did it and just was like sitting on it for a while, which I totally respect. I think that's sick. Aesthetics, I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10. I think the only thing that beats it is Return of the Sleepwalker. I think it's the second most aesthetic climb there, or second most aesthetic V17 out there. Quality, 10 out of 10. Looks sick. I like the either beta, the slow static lock off, and I like the big jump beta. Kind of it like itches my brain to see it. And sickness, 10 out of 10. And for all of these reasons, I'm going to put it at the very, very top of the S tier. I think it looks cool. I like the video. Yeah. All right, guys, that's my tier list for V17. Probably doesn't make a lot of sense, and it's just my opinion. You know, if you hate it, tell me in the comments why. And if you disagree, also tell me why. Anyways, that's it. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to get back into training sometime in the future. Yeah, love you guys. Bye.